Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us.
Hi, Hotties. Welcome to Hot Women Wanted podcast, episode 10.
Wow.
Double
10.
digits.
I'm Julie Cola, joined by my fellow Hotties and co-hosts, Julie Strauss-Greeley and Meredith Young. Hi, gal.
Hi, guys. I can't believe we're at 10.
I know. I remember when this was just a dream.
I know.
10 episodes in.
You remember when it was a dream, really.
How are we feeling? Everyone doing okay? Mary, we're going to do our temperature check, and I want to check on you, and you're now 1 week on Joie.
Yes.
You know what? I feel really good. It was no big change coming from what I was on to this. The only thing is I'm sleeping like the dead, which is great. Like my sleep is much deeper. I thought I was sleeping really well. Now I'm like really sleeping.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm jealous.
Deep sleep.
Sleep is great. Sleep is great on it. You know me, I'm always a great sleeper, but it's like, it's almost like, you know, for me, since I'm such a deep sleeper normally, it's almost like a little too much. Like,
Yeah. Exactly. They're like, Julie?
I'll wake up in the morning and Todd is like already taking the dog out and he's back. I'm like, oh, you guys haven't gone out yet? He's like, no, you were sleeping.
I will say I've never been a good sleeper. So it's like, is it menopause? Is it not menopause? Like, I've never been a good sleeper.
I know, that's true.
That's true. But I would have to think that menopause is making it worse, unfortunately.
No, it's definitely it's that 3 o'clock a.m. like, which is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't had that in a long time, but this, I am like dead to the world. I close my eyes. I'm like a Julie Strauss. I close my eyes and I wake up in the morning.
Look at you. And you know what? On that note, Mary, I'm going to take you to our hot new trend or product that you would like to take away.
Do you want to start us off with a little hot seat moment for yourself?
Oh, you were on the hot seat. I forgot. From one last week, you were on the hot seat.
I mean, I don't want to, but since it is connected to a hot trend or a hot beauty trend, I must, again, I think I'm the only one, 2 for 0, who's putting myself back in the hot seat. Yeah. Not a great place to be. For those listeners and viewers out there, I refer to a product that I absolutely love and a brand that I love, Stripes. I refer to the hair deep conditioning mask by the wrong name. I used a movie name. I don't know. The correct name is the Crown Pleaser. It is the only product on their website that comes in the green tub, but it's called the Crown Pleaser. And I cannot recommend it enough, and I feel so terribly that I called it the wrong thing. Again, I don't know what you want to say. Brain fog, menopause, forgetfulness, roll it all into one.
Listen, we're blaming it on menopause because that's what we're about. But listen, you corrected yourself. We corrected it on Instagram, so we have the right name on Instagram.
Great.
And there you go, the Crown.
Good. I hope people get it or look into it. It has literally changed my hair. Love it.
We love it. And now another reco.
Okay.
Mary.
So I'm moving in. I'm going to shift us slightly. You know, beauty comes from within too. So
Sure does.
Sure does. So I remember when I first hit perimenopause, I started to have stomach issues. I'm like, nobody told me this is part of the whole process. So hotties out there, I am telling you, I'm here to tell you, this is part of the process. You are not going crazy. Your stomach is changing. It will change. It will continue to change. And so I really had to, and I still am, trying new things, always trying new things. But the two things that really, really, really helped me, and I take them religiously every day. The first, of course, I have to give credit where credit is due, is Julie Strauss told me about this one. It's called Align. It is a probiotic.
Love it.
ALIGN. It really, really helps. It really helps. Like, this is true when the doctor, my gastro doctor was like, I don't know what to tell you. You're just going to have to live with it. I'm like, really? I just have to live with it? And then Julie Strauss told me about Align, and it helped. But then I added in this, which I think you can get at other brands. This brand is Olly, Olly, and it's called Beat the Bloat. And I do think Align I can't remember, but this is a great brand, and I do love this. And the two of them together are actually perfection for me. It helps with all of my stomach issues. So I take those every single day.
In the morning?
Without fail.
In the morning?
I actually take them at night. I take everything at night.
I take the Align in the morning after food.
Oh, you do? Okay. I take them at night.
I don't think it matters, but
I don't think it matters. I feel great. It really has helped my stomach issues. So if you're out there struggling, first of all, you don't really have to struggle in silence.
no.
And also, we don't want to hear from anybody like you just have to live with it. I just don't. When it comes to menopause, I don't want to hear that. I don't.
I know.
want a solution.
I agree with you.
We
I agree
don't.
with you.
No, we're not taking anymore, hotties. We're
Exactly.
not our health.
Exactly.
Right? So that's good, Mara. You advocated for yourself. You
It's such a
figured it
great
out.
product. Love it. Can't say enough about a line. I don't know about the other one. It seems interesting and great. I've seen those that Ollie brand all over the place. They sell it at all the drugstores and the airport store, and I think my kids use one of the Ollie things, but I can't figure out. Maybe a melatonin, like when they can't sleep.
I didn't love their vitamins.
Oh, I don't take their.
Vitamin. I didn't love the flavor.
Well,
I'm sure
this is just you swallow it. It's a capsule.
Yeah.
And I have to give a shout out to Kelly Young, my daughter-in-law, who was the one who was like, add the Ollie in. You're gonna see such a difference, and it's true. I really do. I feel really, really good. Now, I will give you updates on this too, but for anybody who's interested in this part of the podcast, I'm actually considering starting a FODMAP diet. I've been told to do it. It's so hard.
Spell it, Mare.
FODMAP. And I think they do all caps, like when they talk about it. But it's not like a diet to lose weight. It's really a diet for your gut. And it's really good for women in menopause because that have these types of issues. So I will report on that if I ever, like mangoes, for example. I love mangoes. I ate mangoes the other day. I was like, it's a FODMAP. I can't eat that. But so it's going to take me a little while to train myself on the foods. Right. But I'll keep you posted on that too.
And that's like a food elimination, and then you bring them back in as you figure out what's causing the problem, right?
You can, but they take out the most common foods that might upset your stomach.
Got it.
So anyway.
Yeah.
That's
my issues. Yet another fabulous side effect. I mean, the hits just keep on coming, you know?
And this is beauty from the inside, ladies. Beauty
that's a hot tip. That's a great hot tip for our hotties. In case you're having stomach issues and problems during menopause or perimenopause, it's a great tip.
Yeah, it is.
And when Julie Cola joins us in menopause, then we'll have some great tips for you.
We'll have a handbook full of ideas for her, but we'll already be out of it. By the time Julie Cola joins us, we'll be long gone. Menopause will be in the wind, in the rearview mirror. I'll be back to doing everything.
I'll be laughing her ass off at me.
I'll have oily skin again. Shine.
Okay, can we move to hot off the press?
We should.
Yes.
Couple of little news things popping.
Yep.
The first one.
Take the first one.
The first one I'm going to say now. If anyone knows who Matt James is, he was he the first Black Bachelor?
No,
he wasn't. I think he was.
Was he? Okay. Biracial. His mom is white. His dad is black.
And then he actually ended up dating somebody for 4 years. Rachel, how do you pronounce her name? Kirkconnell.
Yeah, I think it's Kirkconnell, who's adorable.
And they were together, and they had a blog. I mean, they were like, influencers.
Traveling blog.
Yeah.
Getting around the world and posting it and being adorable. Lo and behold, he just announced, a couple days ago, they broke up. Except she didn't know.
Well, and also,
what?
I don't want to, let's not get into the weeds or any politics or religion, believe what you believe, whatever. I just want to say the wording of his social media post about the breakup was rather shocking.
What was it?
Father God, please let Rachel find the strength. I'm like, would have been over with you a long time ago for you and me, Matt. For you and me.
I think she was probably like, fuck off, asshole, for breaking up with me and figure it out.
Those are my words.
Any sentence that starts Father God, you lost me.
And I don't know, I don't follow either one of them, but supposedly this is what everyone's talking about was they were just posting together. They were, like the timing wasn't right.
That's
right.
They
were madly in love. She was posting how much she loves him like the day before, and then he posts with, on his Instagram.
I'm going to say something very allegedly, and this is allegedly, so please don't sue me.
All caps.
All caps. He was likely cheating on her.
I mean, that's what I would think. I would think he must have gotten busted somehow and is about to break, and then he wanted to beat the press too.
How, though? And where, I want to say? They're traveling around the world together. What's he, sneaking out of the hotel rooms?
Who knows? I mean, listen, we're making this up, but we're thinking why would you announce your breakup? First of all, why do you have to announce your breakup on Instagram? Can't you just be quiet for a minute and figure it out with the person?
I have to say, I think not that this is an excuse, God knows, but I think I remember from his Bachelor days, because that might have been one of the last seasons that I watched, or where he was either on it, or I know he's had a lot of like relationship, air quotes, trauma in his life. Like his parents were divorced, or his dad really was never in the picture. I think there's like a lot of stuff going on there. Again, not an excuse, but maybe this is somebody for whom like a serious relationship is just not going to be the thing.
I'm not saying that. You don't have to stay with somebody. It's 4 years. It's not going to work out, whatever. You don't do it on Instagram. I mean, you know what I mean? Work it out privately, and then you could do your little Instagram post. But to like, it's very disrespectful to date for 4 years and then blindside her on Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, if she was really blindsided, like we don't really know.
Well, we don't know. Allegedly.
Right. Allegedly.
Well, she hasn't made her post yet, you know.
She hasn't posted at all, but her sister posted, was like, this just happened 4 hours ago.
Like, what the fun gossip is, people are saying she lives in New York City, but originally from Georgia. And you know who else is originally from Georgia?
Craig Conover.
Craig Conover. They said, wouldn't they be an adorable couple?
They would be an adorable couple. I'm here for it. I love it. I thought of that the other day. I'm so glad you brought that up.
I didn't bring it up. The internet brought it up. That's what everyone's kind of like buzzing about that. Would they be the cutest couple?
Love it. All right.
Let's move on.
Mary, moving on to the next one.
You take that one, Mary. Justin Baldoni.
Justin Baldoni filed his lawsuit. The saga continues. $400 million against Blake, Ryan, and I think their publicist. And the biggest news, though, that I just read is that he's creating a website, and he's like, I have nothing to hide, and he's creating a website, and he's going to put all the communications they've ever had on this website. And this is,
you know what, we just have to now. We just have to wait and see the facts. You know what I mean? See how this unfolds and read the facts rather than hearing he's going to have his spin, she's going to have her spin. So now we should just really see what happens.
It's like one of those situations. It's like somewhere in the middle, is the truth. It's like there's a little bit of his story that's got to be true. There's a little bit of their story that has to be true. And there's a lot that we don't know. But clearly, this is definitely not somebody who is concerned, frightened, backing down from the power that is, Ryan and Blake in Hollywood. And they have a lot of power. They wield a lot of power.
They do. Yeah. They do. But let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Again, we were just talking about this. I hate for this, you want the woman to be not making it up. So I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. But let's see what he has to say, because if he has receipts.
Cool. Other women have come out after her and said, me too, on the set. So there's definitely something there. There's definitely something. I don't know I don't know the legal term about sexual harassment or anything like that. I don't know if it rises to that level, but something was like, people felt uncomfortable. People felt uncomfortable around him, women.
I think his version is like that he made corrections and brought an intimacy coach on and changed a lot of the protocol and made sure to kind of bend over backwards that she was comfortable. And now, and he had never had any idea that there was still a problem, and then they kind of caught him off guard with this lawsuit, and, I don't know. Again, who knows? It's very strange. It's very strange that he's not backing down.
And let's just see how it plays out. We'll keep on following up and hot off the press. Let's move on.
Okay, wait. I have one more thing. I know it's not on our agenda, but I'm going to bring it up, and it's very fast. I know we all went to the movies this weekend. Saw the Bob Dylan movie. What's it called?
Yeah, it's great.
A complete unknown.
Complete unknown. I just want to say one thing, and then we can move on. And you guys may agree or may not. I kind of fell in love with Bob Dylan / Timothée Chalamet. Like, whoever that person is, I thought
he was amazing as Bob Dylan.
Oozing with love. Like, I was like, I want to marry Bob Dylan now. Like, what? I missed that. Like,
you also missed. He kind of broke Joan Baez's heart. Like, she couldn't forgive him until very late in life. Like, just recently.
I mean, they had a talk about a tortured affair. They had a tortured affair. I don't think it was just, I'm not here to stand for Bob Dylan, but I don't think that was just Bob Dylan. I think that was
no, but also Izzy, his other lover, she also, he broke her heart in a million pieces and doesn't even want to.
I came away from it being and now I'm going to age us, and no shocker here, we're in menopause, well, some of us are. I was like, so if this movie ends in 1965, what in the hell, when was Jacob Dylan born? Because Jacob Dylan from the Wallflowers, when we were growing up, and when I was abroad in so it must have been 1989 or 88, that music, that was endless. But he's the youngest of all, or one of the youngest of Bob Dylan's kids. He's got 5 or 6 kids. And so I was like, I couldn't figure out the timing. I was like literally Googling in the movie theater. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I am stumped. I'm like, whose son is Jacob Dylan? Like, when did he have time to get married to another person? And I also loved the Johnny Cash piece of it. I had no idea about that.
No idea, and I loved that piece of it.
So well done. Honestly, I gotta say, I mean, is there any role that Timothée Chalamet can't play?
No.
I mean, is there?
Believable.
No, he's very talented.
Believable.
I mean, he's just so talented.
I believed him. I fell in love with him as Bob Dylan. Like, I was like...
Same. And I hate, this is going to be controversial, I hate that he's dating Kylie Jenner. I hate it.
I don't believe he's dating her for 1 second. I think that's a PR move.
I kind of think it's a PR move too, but it does bother me.
Guys, listen to yourselves. Like, Timothée Chalamet needs a PR move?
Kris Jenner loves that. She liked that she's going to go to the Academy Awards now. You know what I mean? It's all a thing.
This is just so, it's upsetting. It's upsetting. But anyway.
I'm going to give one more movie shout out because Julie and I went to see The Last ShowGirl, and Pamela Anderson, who's how old is she? In her late 50s?
Yeah.
Definitely. She did an amazing job.
I think she might be older than us because wasn't she on Baywatch when we were?
Yes, I think she is.
She's a hot woman wanted. She's always been a hot woman wanted, but she literally did a great job playing an aging showgirl who, is past her prime. It was sad. It was heartbreaking.
She's 57, you guys. She's 57.
Yeah.
Wow. Thought she was older.
I thought she was older.
Not gonna lie. Thought she was older.
Her body is just crazy in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She just looks very good.
Really good in it. And she's having a moment. Which I think is so awesome. And she deserves it. And
I love her to have a moment like this.
And if you haven't seen the documentary about her and about her life and about the Tommy Lee relationship and raising her sons, it is phenomenal. And I'm not sure where you can find it or watch it, but Google it. And it's such an interesting insight.
I think it's on Netflix. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say Netflix, but it's streaming. I don't know what streaming service it's on.
But movies out there. Honestly, I spent the Golden Globes being like, what movie? What movie?
Yeah,
what movie?
And
I've made it my business to catch up a little bit. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I am liking what I'm seeing.
Well, we also loved Anora. Anora was fabulous.
Anora. That is a must-see. It is phenomenal.
All right.
Okay, I took us off, but that was a good, I'm glad we talked about that.
I am too, but I want to stay on. We have so much to talk about, so let's move on to Traitors.
We do.
Okay. Let's do it. You kick us off, Cola.
All right.
Kick us off, Jules.
Okay, so Traitors. Now, I think is this episode 4 for Traitors?
Yes. Okay. Now we're doing one a week.
Now, we'll start off the episode 4, our hot takes on Traitors, but we want to say we are going to talk about spoilers. So if you're not caught up or if you haven't streamed it yet, fast forward this part of the pod because we are going to talk about spoilers. Rob now came in and they made him a traitor, right?
Yep.
And he is such good TV. Can we say he's great?
Great TV.
He's just great.
It's just great TV.
And if you don't know Rob from Boston Rob from Survivor, you should Google him and watch like his, all his like.
But also that other show that he was on, he was great in that other show, Deal or No Deal Island.
He was great on Deal or No Deal Island, but he's iconic from Survivor. You know what I mean? That's where he met his wife, and
And then he went back and won like Survivor All Stars or something.
Yeah. And the way he plays the game, he's so smart. However, he did a very big move.
Came out with a big move.
Bob the drag queen, Boston Rob. What's her name? What's her name from the Big Brother? Rachel?
Danielle?
Is her name Danielle? Do we need to look at our cheat sheet?
Danielle is from Big Brother.
Danielle from Big Brother.
And Carolyn.
Carolyn from Survivor. So
Yeah.
And Bob he's a bit hot-tempered and loud, and it was playing a big game and throwing around names, and he threw around, unfortunately for him, Boston Rob's name.
Well, he talked about the 3 that came in late.
Right.
And was like, one of them must be a traitor.
Well, that's like what Dan did last year to Phaedra,
And he knows Boston Rob's a traitor. So you're shining a light on one of the 3 of them. That was such an overstep on Bob the drag queen's part. And I love Bob the drag queen. And spoiler, sorry that he's gone. I really am. He's also great TV. That guy will be back on our screens. Clearly he was on RuPaul. People loved him. He's a fan favorite. But, like, he really overplayed his hand there. It was such a stupid, as soon as he said it, I literally, looked up at my screen. I'm like, wait, did he just say, how dumb is that?
Yeah, I agree.
But Rob, then it was really it was his plan to get him out. And now Caroline and
Danielle.
remember her name. Brain fog.
Danielle.
Danielle.
Jesus.
Danielle. See, Caroline creatine. Caroline. They were not on board with that. They did not want to do it.
No, they don't want to take out any of their own. Why would
Right. And he kind of was like, no, we're doing it. And he did make it happen.
Let's see how he does against the two of them together. I don't know how that's gonna.
Right. I think they're going to
make
retain
another traitor. I wonder if they're going to add a fourth in, or if they're going to keep him at 3.
I think they might keep him at 3 for now, but Alan, they do that. They do add a traitor.
They do.
I think it's interesting. I think the theme of this episode 4 was, and by the way, we're only on 4. There's been so much good stuff happening. Yeah. But like, I think Bob the Drag Queen overplayed his hand, and then I think Boston Rob overplayed his hand.
He was a little early in doing that.
I think he could have taken him aside and been like, you threw some heat on me. Hopefully it's not going to come up at the round table. If it does, I'm going to have to defend myself. Like,
he couldn't do that. If he did that to him, if he told him that, he can't tell him his hand. He had to come out.
No, he didn't have to say his hand. He could have said, like, I'm going to have to defend myself. Like, he didn't have to be specific.
I think he wanted to blindside him. He didn't want, I mean, that's how you play. You blindside.
Well, my kids think that it was too early. They were like, this is too early.
The internet thinks it's too early. Everybody online thinks it's too early, too.
And who's the one player, the guy from the Challenger? He's like, who would know for sure you're a traitor? Another traitor.
Yeah, it's true.
And the light bulb went off in fucking dim Tom Sandoval's brain. Tom Sandoval
always got it wrong every time.
Like, Tom Sandoval is like hanging on everybody's word. It's like Wes was like, you know how you know you're a traitor? Tom Sandoval was like,
And the thing about Tom too is he's so off. His game is so off, and he's also always sweating, so he looks guilty. You know what I mean?
I heard somebody ask, "Is it hot in there?" Like I heard an interview where they were like, I think they asked Dorinda, they're like, "Why is Tom always sweating? Is it hot in there?" She's like, "No."
Honestly, I mean, he is just watching his face how he's like trying desperately to cling on to anything that makes sense. It's almost as if English is not his first language. You know what I mean?
And you know, people won't, but you know what? But he's still there.
He is. It's always his people, you know. Listen, and guys, go with me here. I wrote this note down. I don't know if you agree. You know me. I've come around on Carolyn, who's also a traitor, who her energy is off and weird, but I think it's actually going to work to her advantage. So I get it, and I get what's great about her. But there was so much mugging going on on Carolyn's part. There were so many scenes and clips cutting to her where she's making these crazy faces that I wrote down, she looks like a Kristen Wiig character. Like an SNL Kristen Wiig character, like the Target lady where she's always like mugging and making these big like eyes and faces. I was like, I can't even take her seriously. It was so funny.
But she's there and she's not.
Yeah, she's there. And if you believe the previews for next week, and who knows, you know, they're obviously not going to give everything away. Seems like she and Danielle are pissed at Boston Rob.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that.
He's gonna have to make amends with them, I think. He can't leave them floating out there.
Okay, and I'm gonna bring out the real star of the show this year. If you're not watching Alan's dog and all his costumes, you're missing it. You're missing the whole
What's the dog's name?
show.
Is the dog named Lala?
I don't know the dog's name.
Lola. I thought it was named Lala. I'm like, Lala?
No
like
idea.
Lala? Like Vanderpump Lala?
Alan.
I don't know. It's the cutest dog ever, and it skips in and out of every scene and is like sitting next to
in the best outfit. In the best outfit.
And I hate to say it, if you want to talk outfits, and I know outfits are part of it, and I'm sure like the instructions are like, pack your most shocking outfits for the breakfast, but like, I'm sorry, what the hell was Chriselle wearing?
I know.
I don't remember. What was she wearing?
Pink sequined skirt suit. It's like, are we in 1980s? I was like, what am I looking at? Like,
I think they probably tell them, be dramatic, wear a costume.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think
And
they want to.
I enjoy that part.
Chriselle.
I enjoy that part.
I love seeing what everybody's wearing. I think it's hilarious.
It's hilarious, and the dog, Lala beats everyone. That's what I'm going to say. If you haven't noticed Lala yet, start watching Lala.
Yes.
Oh, as much as I love the Traitors, and we can talk about it all day, we have to move to Beverly Hills because we have to talk about Kyle.
We do.
No.
We have to talk about Kyle.
Oh my God.
We gotta talk about Kyle. Oh, Kyle.
Oh my God, Kyle. Kyle.
I mean, Kyle, I'm going to put her in the same category. No, I'm getting repetitive, but I do. It's like there's a certain kind of housewife that is so not self-aware, not self-reflective, can't take criticism, never gives a proper full apology. It's like, well, I'm sorry if I hurt you, but it's like that's Kyle, that's Alexia, that's Teresa, that's
No,
Lisa
she's different than
Barlow.
them. I'll tell you, she's different than them because Teresa and Alexia are sort of vicious and they don't come off as immature.
Well, that's
Kyle
true.
is wild. She's a very different person. She's wildly immature, emotionally stunted, and takes zero accountability for anything. It's a very different personality type. And what she's doing right now is this whole Dorit thing is so bizarre.
She is so wrong.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
so wrong, and she is so in the wrong in this situation.
when she was having lunch at Sutton. Was it Sutton's house?
Yeah.
And they were talking about, well, what do you mean? Is it just memes you send to PK? Well, what do you send him? What are you texting? And she's like, it's no big deal. And then she read the text, and it was so incriminating. About
It was like, I've never told your secrets. I would never tell you.
And I never will.
I never will.
And I never will.
Your secrets are safe with me.
What are you talking
That's
about?
not a meme. That's not a meme.
And their faces, even Eric. I mean, they were all of their faces were like stunned.
Oh,
It was
sorry.
Sutton and Garcelle, and they literally were like choking on their.
She should have been like, I'm really sorry. You know what, Dorit? I'm just sorry.
That's all you have to do.
Oh, you know what? Now that I read this,
I mean, I never would have read that to anybody, by the way. I would have taken that one to the grave. And then I would have apologized to her. I would have been like, you know what?
I'm serious. It's like, now that I'm reading through this again, you know what? I can see your point.
And you know what? I don't think she was even reading the whole text. Did you know she stumbles over one sentence because she reads it a couple of times? And now they're showing. I guess we're recording. It's on a Tuesday, so the new episode of Beverly Hills
tonight.
And we saw the clip where they're all having a spa day. I think it's at Boz. Is it Boz or Bose?
Bose.
Bose. At Bose's house. They're having a spa day.
Oh.
And Kyle and then Bose says to her, we really want to hear about this text. Like, can you just read it to Dorit? Let's be open about it. Something like that. And Kyle has a complete temper tantrum, cries, reads the text, and then proceeds to quit the show for apparently a week.
I mean, it's just.
And I'm like, rather than crying, and
Her
having
name is
a temper tantrum-
Bozema St. John, also known as Bose.
Bose. So rather than having, for Kyle, rather than having a temper tantrum and saying, like, this is it, I'm quitting the show, apologize.
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 And also just be like, you know what? I'm looking at it with fresh eyes. I don't care what you have to say. Looking at it with fresh eyes. You know what? You're right. I could see how that feels like a conflict of interest and like a betrayal. And I would never mean to betray you.
That's all you need to say.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Done.
And it would have gone such a long way.
She's going to die on this hill. She is literally going to die on this hill. She is going to stick in. And you know what, Julie? I mean, I still kind of agree that there's sort of this theme of with some of these top-notch housewives, the lead housewives, that they just don't take accountability. I definitely agree there's some differences. But I think you have a good point. I think maybe people who become like celebrities and stars in childhood, like they don't grow up. They really don't grow up.
And she's very immature.
She's acting like a 12-year-old.
Yes.
I've never seen an adult woman cry this much over this. You know what I mean?
No.
Like this, if anybody's be crying, it's Dorit. And also another thing was, I thought it was really manipulative when poor Boz is at her house. She just had fibroids removed. She's bedridden. And Kyle comes to her house with her creepy flowers. She's not even good friends with her. Then very immaturely puts down Dorit's flowers. And then tries to win her over in a very weird way, saying, well, I don't know if you saw the pictures, but Dorit was all over my husband a couple of years ago. Do you remember her showing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, showed the video of her kissing like Mo's shoulder or something.
And I'm like, that was after her house she was
They
robbed.
were in a group hug.
Because she was robbed the night before.
Right.
I'm like, tell the whole story.
Exactly.
Also, I found it so shocking how many visitors Bose had.
Boz.
Immediately
No, maybe it's Boz.
Immediately after surgery. I mean, Kyle came to see her. Dorit came to see her. Garcelle came to see her. She made it downstairs for Garcelle's visit. Like, I was just like, this woman just had ambulatory surgery today. Like, can we, what is the production schedule? Like, can we not waive this a day? Like, can we not move this back one day?
Fantastic. I would have been a wreck.
It was
You had to have a glam team. She looked gorgeous.
She looked gorgeous. Her hair, that wig is fantastic. I would love to parade around my house in that wig. It is superb.
And then
but I also have to say, let's not forget, I mean, first of all, you should get fibroids of that size removed, and I'm sure it's very uncomfortable and very painful. Let's not forget what she also revealed in part of the motivation behind the surgery. She would like to carry a child with this boyfriend that she's dating. She's in her 50s, isn't she?
No, 48. I think she's 47 or 48. She can get a surrogate to carry it. She could use her eggs and get a surrogate.
No, she said she wants to.
I know, in case she can't, though. She can still have her baby.
Of course,
with
we
him.
all know that. I mean, yes, of course she can. There's options, but I was surprised that she wanted to, like, do it herself.
I love, she supposedly she's she's the closest with Dorit, but however, her and Garcelle had great chemistry at the end where they were gossiping.
Yes.
Who's going to tell her? I'm not going to tell her. You're going to tell her.
She's like, girl, you're going to tell her.
I happen to love Garcelle. Not having the best season, but I do love her.
I love Garcelle.
I want her to always succeed. I want her to have a great season. She's booked and busy. She's got a real career. She's got a real life. She's been vulnerable like a Mary, that whole storyline a couple episodes ago with her oldest son, and having him be in her backyard and not open the door because he was an addict at the time. I mean, that is like, this woman is giving us exactly what we want housewives to give us.
I know.
Also, she also says what we want to say. Like when she said to Kyle, listen, if you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian. Like, be happy. And that wasn't putting her, like Kyle later on said that was
had a big reaction to that.
Kyle had a terrible reaction to that.
Yeah.
She said, called her an asshole for saying that. I'm like, why is that an asshole? I think that's such a nice thing for a friend to say.
It's true. And also, you're acting a little like a lesbian, so it's not out of nowhere.
Well, she obviously was having...
Yeah, I think it was her friend who's saying to her, like, be happy. Like this, you get one go around.
Right.
Whatever is motivating this split from Mo, wherever you are in your life, you're at a period of change, you're at a crossroads. Be what you want to be. Nobody gives a shit. Like nobody does.
We're talking about women our age. She's saying, listen, we're at a certain age in our life. Like we want to be happy. We don't have to make excuses. I thought that was really generous of her.
No,
I agree. Okay,
let's move it. Let's move it along to Salt Lake.
Salt Lake City, because it was the finale. It was the season finale, and it was fantastic. Take it away, Mara. Or Jules.
Jules, you go.
Throwing myself out there. I know I'll become a clip.
It was phenomenal.
Everyone will criticize.
Julie, it was phenomenal.
No, it was phenomenal TV in terms of viewing and watching. But if you're going to sit there and tell me that this wasn't the most produced 1 hour of television where Heather, they all conveniently knew exactly what text to pull up. This was like, they knew about this. They came to that dinner with a thing to read about another person. It was like perfectly like, oh, your chain, I'll read about Heather. And Heather, I'm going to read about Whitney. And it was so it
was. And by the way, Heather's speeches, she stands in the mirror and she practices that speech, and then she does it on TV.
Last year was iconic, and she tried to recreate it this year. It didn't work.
No.
However, there's literally a producer standing slightly off camera with, like, I'm not even kidding, like, cue cards. Like, that Heather's like, and we all need to take out our phones. And then they all were like, I have one about Whitney. I was like, what am I? Okay, so listen, in terms of the Lisa Barlow of it all, in terms of, like, the shit that people had to say.
Hers was the worst.
It was terrible. I think hers was the worst.
The one that Whitney, you don't think hers was the worst?
I don't think it was the worst because Whitney followed it up. Okay, 1 second. It's the only one about her husband. So and that's not true. Bronwyn's
was pretty bad.
First of all, I'm very sorry. I gotta dial it back. I'm not even kidding. Angie K has some of the fucking funniest lines I have ever heard. I'm sorry, he's got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on the banana field. That is like brilliant. It is wrapped in a bow. It is literally one of the best lines ever. And she's given us some of the best lines in Housewives history. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
So do I think Lisa Barlow's was bad? I definitely think it was bad. Do I think it was one of the worst? Yes. Here's the thing. Whitney immediately, like before she even finished reading the text, Whitney immediately said, which nobody else did, I don't believe it, but this is the thing we're playing, and they asked me the worst thing I wrote, and this is the worst thing I wrote. Right away, she took the air out of it. Nobody else did that, first of all. Second of all, fucking Lisa Barlow takes it, of course, doesn't take it in, not introspective at all, can take no, and then out of left field,
Angie's husband
throws Angie's husband under the bus.
That was terrible. But by the way, Jules, there was really nothing to take in. Like, it was all about like her husband.
A random third person that's like, oh yeah, I
What's
kissed
there to
Lisa
take
Barlow
in?
while I gave
Like-
her husband a hand job. Really? Like, that sounds believable.
The other ones, like, at least like that you could take it in. You could be like, okay, you were mad at me. I did something bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, in my opinion, Whitney's is so unbelievable as to be innocuous. Whereas Angie K's about Bronwyn was genuinely hurtful. It was. It was
It was.
genuinely
And
hurtful.
how fast were you Googling that?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Jerk circle.
Oh,
I'm like, that's awful. What is that?
a circle jerk?
Circle jerk. See? I don't
It's
even
not
know.
a jerk circle. Very different thing. Very different
What is a
thing.
jerk circle?
I can assure you it's not a circle jerk. I mean, I just think it was so awful of Lisa Barlow. She's just like, she's so shitty. She's a
shitty.
shitty friend.
Yeah.
She's just shitty. It's
Yeah.
hard to root for somebody that's shitty. Is she great TV? Yes. I don't want her to go anywhere. Clearly, they don't have a show. But like, she's just shitty.
No,
It's
she's great,
rough.
but she's great television. And then we're bearing the lead. Mary and Angie had their moment where they had their little fight where I almost died. I was so upset. And then the most beautiful makeup
They
and
did.
friendship.
They
It's
did.
so powerful, their friendship.
They did.
You've changed my life, Mary.
Okay, this is embarrassing. I cried. Tears.
Wow, I did not cry, but I was moved. I was moved.
I will tell you what I appreciate. I didn't cry, but I was moved. I did also appreciate the camera shot of them holding hands in Whitney's lap.
Whitney's lap.
Like, neither one of them got up. It's like, are we glued? Are we perma-glued to our seats? Like, get up.
I thought about that though. I think it was
They
such an
were like-
intense. I think it was such an intense moment. She didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? It was so like, do I move? Do I not move? I think it was
Again,
like,
and again, Angie's words were saying it all. Her face, not so much.
No, her face, it does not move. It does not move.
Can't squeak a tear out if her life depended on it.
Well, she might be able to have one dribble down her face, but the face doesn't move at all during that.
It's like, what is Angie's face saying? Her words are saying broken heart, but her face is like,
but I did love that they made up, and I love their friendship. I think
I
it's
did.
really,
I
like,
love their friendship. I love that it continues. I love that it seems real,
You
genuine
guys,
off
I have
camera.
to say, Mary is everything.
and
Mary
how
is-
Mary's story about her grandmother and her mother and her father
Oh my
leaving her,
God.
heartbreaking.
She
Oh
is
my
everything.
God.
She is MVP of this
Yes.
whole entire Housewives season for
Yeah,
all the shows.
It's kind of miraculous. Like we never thought that would happen. But
I
it's
know.
really,
From
she's like
what
a
she
different
was
person.
to what she is.
Well, and she
amazing.
also is coming out saying, like, this is the real me. Like, people are really getting this is really how I am. I think the
I
whole
love her.
storyline and the whole dealing with her husband, who clearly didn't want to be part of the show, their marriage was over. She didn't really probably know how to get herself out of that or extricate herself from that. Her son was still a teenager. I just think she just didn't have the bandwidth. You know what I mean? I just don't think she had the bandwidth to be
No, I
herself.
agree. I agree. By the way, Jen Shaw will be
back.
home in November.
And by the way, is going to no in November. I thought it's 2026
Yeah, November 2000. Oh, is it? No, it's next year, November.
next year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is? Wait, it's not November 25?
No,
The end of the year?
2025. I think it's 2026.
26. Okay, so a year and a half. Okay,
I mean, she might get it. Who knows? It could get less and
I'm
less.
sure it could bump up
She's
again.
probably
She's
just
rocking
cooperating.
prison.
I think she's probably a model prisoner, and I also think she's giving them a lot of information.
Well, she is the information though. She was
That's true.
the one.
She's true.
She's not the top of that pyramid. No way. No way was she. She didn't come up with that fucking idea. She gave them names, like receipts, proof, timeline. Trust
Right,
me.
right,
She gave
right.
them info in jail.
That woman is going to make a fortune when she gets out
First
of
of all, Andy Cohen's going to quadruple her salary when she comes
Yeah.
back to Bravo, and she will come
because
back.
we all want to see her. I want to see her.
Dying to see
I
her.
don't think I want her as a permanent cast member. I think she takes the air out of the room too much, and these women can't really be themselves. But I would love to see her as a friend of, and like have a lunch with this one and a lunch with that
Oh,
one,
I want to see more than a
She's
friend
going to come
of.
back with a vengeance. Trust me.
like Teresa did.
Vengefully with a vengeance.
Like Teresa did.
Yes,
So
she
what do we
does.
have coming up? Miami's going to start soon.
Oh, I think Summer House is coming up too.
Oh yeah.
Miami and Summer House, I think, are both February.
Okay.
All right,
I
so
mean,
what
well,
else
that's
happening?
good because I'm not loving Southern Charm. I think it's a snooze, and I'm a huge, huge Southern Charm fan. Huge.
Not watching. Not watching. But I
I've
am.
been watching it for years, and guys, I've been talking up Potomac. It is absolutely horrible this season. I don't know that I'll ever watch it again. It's horrible.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
I'm actually enjoying Southern Charm, so I'm disagreeing with you on that. I'm enjoying it.
Well, I am probably going to dip my toe into The Bachelor again just for the pod.
All right, you know what? Do it for the pod. I'm not, but you should do it for the pod. And then do
I'm
an
not.
update.
I've had it with that show. I've had it with that franchise. I've had it with them thinking that we're like a sucker born every minute.
I can't do
They are
it.
the
I mean,
least
we just gave
successful-
our hot take today, or our hot topic was 2 of the Bachelor people.
I don't want to. I'm not going to. You should do it, Mary. We'll be
Listen,
good.
people
We'll
become
leave it.
famous because they could become part of Bachelor Nation, so I can appreciate that. But the show, I can't watch it.
All right, well, I will take a hit for the team. I'm going to try.
Who's even hosting it now? Is it still what's his face?
Jesse, that guy, Jesse Palmer.
Oh, he's
Jesse
so
Palmer.
annoying too. Yeah.
All right, let's stay with time. Let's go to hot takes.
Okay. Yeah. We are at
Closing
time.
hot
Okay.
takes.
I have one.
You have one.
Does anyone have one?
I have one.
Okay.
I don't have one.
Well, I will start with mine. So it was a Saturday afternoon. I was feeling really good about myself. I was wearing my like adorable little rag and bone jeans, like a little long sleeve black top, these cute Adidas sneakers. Like I just felt young. I swear to God, I looked in the mirror and I actually had a moment where I was like, I'm okay. Like I feel okay. I feel good.
I'm looking good.
I feel okay. Like I'm going out into the world and I feel good. And I get into the elevator and there's this adorable guy and he's with his dog and I'm chit-chatting it up and I almost think I'm kind of flirting. Like I literally almost, like I've almost crossed that line where I'm feeling so good about myself.
My thought bubble would have been like, this guy has no idea how old I am.
I'm like,
He's gonna be
flirting
shocked.
back. I'm like, look at us. We are flirting on the elevator. This guy must be 29, if that. And then at the end, the lobby comes. I'm getting out. He's going out with his dog, so he's going lower. And he's like, have a great day, ma'am.
No, the ma'am strikes again.
And I wanted to die. Like, I seriously wanted to get in the elevator, go back upstairs, and get into bed. Like, I was like, ma'am? I almost yelled at him, actually. I almost turned around.
How dare you?
Almost turned around and been like, what did you just say?
What did you just call me? Mary, I don't set foot outside my house at least once a day. I'm called ma'am. I'm now a ma'am. I'm now
Oh,
a
we're
ma'am.
ma'ams. We're ma'ams. We're
I
ma'ams.
don't see myself as a ma'am.
I sure don't. I don't.
I
don't.
don't. Like,
I
no.
remember when my mom was getting older and being like, I still feel like a teenager. I still feel in my head like I'm so young, I'm so youthful. And she was actually very acting until the end. And she goes, and then I look in the mirror and I'm shocked at what I look like. But I'm delusional. I'm like Elisa Barlow. I look in the mirror, I'm like, I look pretty good today. And then all of a sudden somebody will rocket me down to earth with the ma'am comment.
Me too.
So, ma'am.
I'm like, I'm kind of cute. And then, boom. So anyway, that was mine. That was my menopause moment
It's
of
a
the week.
killer.
Well, here's another one for you.
A Julie classic. Here we go.
I'm at the gym, and I normally take classes now. Like I don't do the weight. The weight room's like when I go to the weight room, I'm just winging it. I take mostly classes. So last week I couldn't get into the class I wanted. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go straight to the weight room, and I'm like winging it. And this man comes up to me. He's older, like I would say like maybe late 60s. And I don't want to stereotype, but he had 2 earrings on, a gay pride flag t-shirt, little pink shorts, and he's like, honey, you are doing that all wrong. He says, like, I used to be a trainer. I can help you, honey. He's like, you're doing it all wrong. I'm like, all right, and he's like, do you mind if I touch you here? I'm like, no. And he's like adjusting me. And then he's like, hold your arm, we're going now. Then he takes me to another machine. It was like a private lesson, And he's like, oh, let me just adjust you over here. Do you care if I touch you here? I'm like, no. Touching my entire body. We're together for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm taking up all your time. And he's like, no. He's like, actually, I got to go. I got to pick up my wife. I'm like, was I just molested at the gym? He literally touched my breasts.
What?
He was adjusting every part of my
Oh my God.
I was so thrown by the t-shirt. I'm like, for sure he's gay. I just assumed he was. I don't
Well,
think he was.
listen, you just, have you
Can't
told
judge a
Stephen
book.
yet?
What?
Have you told Stephen yet?
Yes, I did. He didn't care.
Can't judge a book by its cover at the old 9th Street Y in Park Slope. I mean, it's, everything's deceiving. The oldest women you've ever seen in your life strapped with a baby on their chest. It's like, really?
Now I'm like, I have to dodge this guy now. I don't want no more adjustments for me in the weight room. I'm on my own, doing
You're
it
on your
wrong.
own now. Go back to those classes.
I was just going to say, though, Julie, the thought of you flying blind in the weight room is like, thank God you're here. Thank God you made it to the pod. I mean, because that is some scary, scary stuff.
Just making the shit up. No idea what I'm doing.
You're doing that all wrong.
All right, hotties.
All right, hotties.
Yeah.
Have,
all right,
have a
guys.
great week. Stay warm. Stay hot.
warm. Yeah, Mary,
hot.
you actually have to stay warm in Texas.
It snowed in Austin today, which
I
is
heard it snowed in
unheard of.
Texas.
Whip out, Mary. Whip out all those sweaters you have been. That you keep texting us that you're buying. I'm like, don't you live in Texas?
I'm like, I need more boots.
Now you need more boots. Actually,
Enjoy it.
Dr. Mary Claire was snowed in Galveston.
Yeah. Yeah. All of
We're
Texas.
still following Dr. Mary Claire, really? With the offensive
do.
weighted
I
vest?
do.
We're
I
still
do.
following her?
I'll take all the advice. You know what? I choose what I want to hear and what I don't want to hear.
Okay.
And
all right. All
listen,
right.
you guys, I'm every day 1 inch closer to buying that vest.
Mary, I know you're wearing that weighted vest around your house, and you just
I
haven't
haven't
dressed
yet,
up
but
yet.
I am planning on it.
The day you buy it, we have to talk about it.
I'll wear it to the pod.
Let's
Yeah.
say the
Oh, yes. Awesome.
All right,
guys.
buddy.
Everybody
All right,
stay
love
cool.
you. Yep.
you.
Love you.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye.